What's up, guys? Happy Friday. It's December 9th. It's 11:01 a.m. and this is the crypto market update. So on the left side, we got the Discord with the automatic signals sending in from the Stargate indicator. And then we got TradingView on the right side. So we're going to keep it light today as far as the market update goes. Probably just go through some of these peer-to-pair signals and a couple of our key kind of things we're watching, right? Like Bitcoin, we're watching the dollar, we're watching the 10-year yield bonds, stock market. And we'll take a look at like Bitcoin dominance today and stuff like that. So let's dive into it. So as we know on the weekly chart, the dollar, we had said yesterday, dollar direction down. 10-year yield bonds direction is down for the higher time frames. Yeah, direction down. And then for the stock market, we had outlined something very kind of important yesterday. So if you haven't watched the market update from yesterday, I strongly suggest that you do, because that is something big that we got to keep on our radar. Right now, the 10-year yield bonds is finding some support right at that middle line of the void lines. So we're finding some support there. I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a little kind of rise and then dump back down. But the macro time frames direction for the dollar, bond yields is down. For the stock market, let's take a look at it today. So the weekly chart are at like 11,700. So we had said that critical level is 11,500, and we did find support on it for like a month now, because this is weekly candles, and we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 candles right now that have came down to wick 11,500, and we have found support at it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks very good. That's a good sign. We're seeing the MACD rise in green. We're seeing the TSI up, stock RSI. For us to know that we may have more of a substantial correction back down, then maybe break this 11,500, we're checking the weekly chart. Because if we cross down here and do something like this that we did back here, right? Let's take a look at it. So if we cross down here, we see the MACD flipped from dark green to light green, then we could have a more substantial drawdown. So that's what I'm watching as far as seeing if the stock market will come down more like that. But so far, so good. We're holding that 11,500 critical level, and 11,000 is also our other critical level. We must hold that. So let's keep going. We got the total crypto market cap. So total crypto market cap, let's see down here. We saw a couple 1 month prepare to buy soons. Those are big signals. So 1 month prepare to buy soons, just like when we see it for the sell nows, it hits the tops up here. So that's definitely on my radar. What's on my radar too is, like, you can see when we go into our bear markets, the stock RSI is below the 20 line. And then once we rise out of there, bear market's over. So we're doing the same thing. We're below the 20 line, and then we'll get a confirmation as far as, all right, bear market's over when we see that stock RSI cross through. Let's measure the time, because there's time analysis that we have to measure too. So let's take it from when it came down here to where it popped up through 454 days. So now let's look here, and we're at what, 365 days. So 455 days is April 2023, where we actually got the cross up. So maybe, just maybe, that we won't really get out of this bear market evidently, where it's at an evident level, until April 2023. And that kind of matches with the timeline. So we're going to have to see that play out. Let's look at the 2-week chart. And we're still very close to the MACD cross. Still not yet, though. What would tell me that, all right, the monthly stock RSI is really going to start to gear up is if the 2-week stock RSI gets up to here, we see the cross in the TSI, the MACD, just like what happened back here to mark the bottom of the bear market. Now let's go to Bitcoin dominance real quick. And let's take a look at the Stargate signals in here. We're getting a lot of sell nows and some higher time frame buy nows for the Bitcoin dominance. So let's take a look at that. It does look like we're starting to roll over. We're at a critical point. If we put this trend line up like this, you can see that we've been doing this the whole time, where we have a trend line coming up like that. As soon as we break it, we fall down, and we're doing the same thing here. We're right on it. So if we see this cross down just like back here, then it would tell me that, hey, Bitcoin dominance is going to pull down again. And maybe this is the time where we really break through the 39.5% level, which is a critical level, because if we're zooming out a little bit, that's like right at these lows that we've been setting since May of 2021. If we break that, Bitcoin dominance is going to tank. So that's what we're watching there. Then let's look at XLM, we're seeing some 3-day prepare to buy soon. So in 5 days. So those are some higher time frames, and the 3-week. If we look at, so some lower time frames are flashing the buy now, insinuating that, hey, maybe the shorter term is starting to gear back up, and the longer term is starting to say it's time to gear back up. So the shorter term signals are telling us that the overall macro trend is starting to change the tides as well. So if I go to the daily chart and we look at this, we're at a critical moment for Stellar. You can see that if I put this horizontal line right at these lows, we touched it, support, 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 support. We're right at it now. And then we have this trend line coming down like this, where it's looking like, and this is what we kind of do with Stellar whenever we're trying to find our bottom here. So I do expect, and we flip from red to green. So we got some green here. I do think we're going to pop up in Stellar and at least test this trend line again, maybe hit 10 cents. And then if we're going to turn back over, we'll do it right there. But I do believe that we're not just going to break down here like that. I think there'd be a pop up before any breakdown like that. So that's what I'm watching. And to get that confirmation, a stock RSI cross up there, TSI and MACD. And it does show us that the shorter time frames, the 12-hour, 8-hour and stuff, are flashing buy now signals too. So those are some good signs. So we got, so the 8-hour buy now flash right there. It called that low right there in this local low. So I do see us, if we're going to pop up out of here, we need to have a strong day today and a strong weekend. And then the weekly chart will look pretty nice because we would have came down to touch this kind of ribbon as support. And then we can retest 10 to 11 cents to try to break through this middle line that's been holding us down all the way since back in December of 2021. So a year ago. So that's what I see there. And then XRP. For XRP, let's take a look at the signals. We're seeing some higher time frame sell nows as far as XRP against Bitcoin. We are seeing on the USD charts some buy nows, but these are the bonus alerts, like some short-term buy signals. Yeah, so we might take a little bit more of a correction in XRP, and we'll have to see if that's going to result in a bigger correction. But I do want to just see it to get ahead of knowing if that's going to be the case. If we break down below 38 cents, like flat, then yeah, we're going to probably come down to touch that 36 cents level. And that's a must hold. I would say 36 cents is that must hold level. We had outlined the levels to watch in the video from yesterday. So take a look at that if you haven't already. And then to the upside, we definitely need to break above 40 cents. This level right here. Yep. 40.5 cents. And then ultimately we get above 41 cents. We're golden. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at as far as XRP goes. Until then, there's not really much it's going to do besides range. If we look at that XRP to Bitcoin signal that had flashed in here on the weekly chart, yeah, so it's coming in right here. So for us to be able to save this 1 week sell now signal for XRP against Bitcoin, then it needs to outperform Bitcoin over these next 2 days for this weekly close. But right now we do have that sell now signal. Not the best signal to see. We can see that when we got a sell now before, the past 3 times, really, it was at this top, this top, this top, which were all the times where XRP had to outperform the market by, like, this was the March 2017 time. This was January 2018. So like, yeah, so we definitely want to see us kind of pull back up here and this be a fake out. Yeah, critical resistance. So we'll have to check that on Sunday. I'll do like a market update on Sunday to see where we're at. And then let's take a look at Songbird. Songbird's pulling up here today. On the daily chart, we can see that we're trying to gain some steam here. We saw a flip from red to green. If I go to the weekly chart, it does look like we're getting that stock RSI cross up through. We just need to see that follow through for that. And then the 3-day chart, you got a buy now signal, and we're starting to gear up here. Let me look at the 12-hour. Yeah, 12-hour right there. So for Songbird, I want to see us get above that 0.014 level, because then it's likely we'll hit that target of 0.018 that we've been talking about for the 40% kind of move up here. Yeah, I do think we're going to get that. Then let's look at Quant real quick. And we're on the daily chart for Quant. And I'm going to check the signals in here. We got multiple buy signals. 2-day buy now. Let's look at that. So we got a 2-day buy now. That's good. The 2-day sell now called the top here around 200. Then it flashed here at $100. And then we got the buy now confirmation. What I want to see is the follow through to get back above $150. If we can get above there, that'll make me feel more confident in how this is going to be an overall direction change. So and then for the downside, I do want to see us hold 100. Yeah, like that $100 level is a very important level to hold if we want to see Quant set to rise back up here and not see a further correction down. We've been watching this trend line for Quant like this. We held support on, and then this was like a resistance line like that. So I think that we're going to go up and retest that trend line up here, but that will be invalidated if we break this trend line. So $100, keep it on your alerts, because if we break that, we'll see a more of a bigger correction for Quant, and we could revisit some lows down here around like $60. That's a big move. So I'm definitely going to be watching the Quant signals in the Discord to see any sells in here, and definitely play that signal if it plays out. And then just a couple more pair-to-pair signals. We're seeing some XRP against other coins, some prepare to sell soons. We're seeing some prepare to buys, XLM against other coins, and XDC. We're seeing some buy nows as well. It's looking good as far as our coins outperforming a lot of the other ones, but XRP against XDC sell now in the 12-hour. I just want to check that one out because I definitely want to play that move where XDC outperforms XRP. If we go to the 12-hour chart, yeah, we are seeing that XRP is losing momentum against XDC. I might be plotting a trade here, a conversion to switch a little bit of XRP and XDC. It does look a little toppy, and we are seeing these indicators turn down as far as XRP not outperforming XDC. So yeah, I'm going to be watching that. Definitely keep your eyes on the pair-to-pair signals chat in here to play that as well too. That could be a big move. And if you're not already in the Discord, the link will be in the bio. Come join, say what up. I'll say what up too. And get yourself set up with those pair-to-pair signals with the plans here. So if you go to the launch pad, you go all the way up. There'll be a link here for you to get access to those automated signals that I was just showing you in the pair-to-pair signals. So I will see you in the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the newsletter.